What up? We back for part two. Two
Hello.
games, two casts, Parks and me squared. Let's go.
Well, I was gonna say two casts, two casters, one match to rule them all, partridge in a pear tree, 5 rings, something like that. I don't know anymore. I
I
was
only have
never
the
good at
one.
counting. Yeah, you're doing better than I am. Welcome back everybody to another match. Coming in, it's FlyQuest Red going up against Luigi's Mansion. This is the 4th match of the season for us. It's the 5th for them. We are currently waiting on getting into the server, but it's said to be a very interesting one here. I think with both these teams these teams sitting with 2 wins on the season so far.
Well, so Luigi's Mansion's wins are deceptive. If you
Oh,
click into them, they're both forfeit wins. Like, I
oh,
looked at that and I'm like, oh, wow, they beat Money Crew and previously TSG. That's pretty darn good. And then you click into both of them. It's like, scoreboard is not available. Scoreboard is not available. And you're like, oh, okay. Those teams were busy and had better things to do because this is advanced. It's, as much as it's supposed to be the big serious league, unfortunately, with no VRS, it's tough for teams to fully take it seriously. But I will say, of the games that we've been here, FlyQuest Red certainly have. We've got Bibion, Goosebreeder, Emmy, Vanessa, and once again, the most confusing player on the server, Marie.
yes, Horse Girl herself is ready to show us what's what, and I think coming off of yesterday, a very good matchup for the team. They're looking to impress on this one. Luigi's Mansion on the other side, Messiah, Caustic, Mecro, Team Elks, and One Luke. Which again, I recognize that One Luke name. I feel like I've seen him around in a few spots. I could just be seeing the same person over and over again. Who knows? Um, but while we have mentioned the lineups here, we do have the vetoes coming in. Of course, best of 3, as all of Advanced in North America is this season. And yeah, the vetoes were quite interesting. To start us off, the first map pick did go to FlyQuest Red, and so they picked Train to get things going. Luigi's
Real
Mansion then
curveball there.
just what I will say, we talked about it before the show. Bibion did mention that they felt like they had some weaker pool, maps in the pool, and so they wanted to make a change on that. They wanted to have a difference with that. So they made the decision. They're making the decision to try and shore up and freshen up that map pool a little bit. And hey, maybe Train is exactly what Train is. So that it's an interesting first pick to go with. Followed up by Nuke from Luigi's Mansion, and then Mirage yet again being the decider.
Yes. I mean, again, I feel like we've seen plenty of Mirage from FlyQuest Red. If we end up on that decider, we're going to be in a very decisive place for the girls. Again, they've been picking Nuke, and they let Luigi's Mansion pick Nuke. And you look at what Luigi's Mansions have done on that map. They did take down Soul. Soul are kind of like the demon that everyone looks at and goes, "Oh gosh, we have to play those guys." It's I'm not gonna go and bandy over all of the chatter that's been going on around them. I just know that they were in main last season, and they were a team that had a lot of very good players that no one's really seen before. So it's been something of okay, how do we counter strat? How do we deal with this? Because we've never seen it before. And so the fact that Luigi's Mansion were able to beat them on Nuke means I think they might have some ideas on how to beat FlyQuest Red on Nuke. I think that there is a chance that we go to 3 maps tonight. But I feel like I say that all the time, right? There's always a chance. It's advanced. Who knows what's going to happen? We're starting late already, so, you know, we're going to get right into it, hopefully. It is Tuesday, so there has been an update, but at least on the Faceit page, I think this map is about to start.
Yeah, they're already going. They're having a good time. I think. We might be having a little bit of a delay here, but it looks like everything
Hey, we
really
made it
well,
in.
just in time for round
Oh,
number 1. That's an unfortunate way to get into the start of this. Like we're starting on the T side. They have the bomb plan down to 1v1 or 3. One loop, with the last few seconds, kit in hand, or not even a kit in hand, managed to get that defuse off.
yeah, that's a rougher start to things. I mean, again, we've seen lots of really a large depth of pistol rounds. We've seen some really decisive ones. We've seen some really decisive against FlyQuest, and we've seen pistol rounds like that where it gets down to the wire and you just can't take it over the line. This time, though, the force buy comes in with the bomb being planted and 4 kills to the side of FlyQuest Red. So looks like they're going to try and take this little bit of extra money that they've got from the bomb plant to get out early. And BB on, you got to wake up early. Ooh, good trade onto Vanessa. Luke going ham over on the A-bomb site as FlyQuest Red looking to make this one quick. Luke gets overwhelmed, and now FlyQuest Red with the player advantage. But they've got to be ready. They've already got company in through cams. There's Mecro with the FAMAS. Emelk's trying to get in, does get rebuffed, and now it's Mecro alone in the 1 versus 2. Oh my gosh, he's not even waiting either. The smoke doesn't even matter. Let's just get out in front of it. Now he knows. He knows that Emmy's sitting behind that E-box, or at least he had a pretty good idea of where she might be. That nade, though, does get kinda... That's a weird surface for that nade to be going up against, but I mean, hey, if the pistol comes out, oh, Emmy has to go for the reload, and that's going to be a 2-0 start for Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, but close rounds on both scenarios so far. So, I mean, FlyQuest Red coming in with 2 bomb plants now, coming through with 2 rounds ending in a 1v1. That's a huge. I mean, you definitely would have liked to get this round over the board, considering you had a 2v1 with the post plant. But I will just say this, just looking at the stats real quick before we go diving any deeper. As of right now, from what I can see from the CS2 version of Train, as per HLTV, everything is very much leaning towards the CT side. So it's 55% CT side, 45% T side, and that's something to keep an eye on. So I would say maybe an 8-4 half. You're still looking good if you're FlyQuest Red and having those 4 rounds, and of course fortunes can change quite quickly, especially on a map such as Train, when the finances are such a big deal with such long alleys to fight with rifles.
Yeah, classically Train in CSGO was not only an op heavy map, not only a sniper heavy map, but an auto sniper map. It was the one map where you could make that tiny justification for bringing out the auto sniper. CS2, they've actually done a lot to kind of assuage that. I think that although you're going to be happy with the op, it's not necessarily what you're going to be using all the time. This round, again, not a single one picked up. 3 versus 3 after plant situation. Heavy damage onto BB as she is going to get out in front of Oil, it looks like. She's not even needed. Marie and BB get 2. Messiah, the last player, does spot BB just behind Oil Train, but those bullets are going to give him away, and now he's got to run. He doesn't have the time to really mess around here, and Marie ready for the catch. Will gift FlyQuest Red that first round.
Huge round coming through, and I mean, especially we were just talking on like how the CT and T sides kind of float, how everything kind of can play, and especially with how the rounds have gone so far this time. Of course, they're converting on the round with those bomb plants coming through. So back into the guns, and you can see what it's done to the financials of Luigi's Mansion, just down to upgraded pistols. Coming forward now, we'll see maybe nothing again. The game tonight is going to be difficult. I honestly kind of wish that we did get an update, because then maybe things would be a lot simpler for us to get into the server. But
no update,
it seems
only
like
downtime.
Yeah, only downtime, right? That's exactly
Thanks.
what we're facing.
That's okay. I'm gonna go back and talk about Train more, because back in CS:GO it was my favorite map, and on CS2 it's been something of a pocket pick that I don't get to play enough, because at my tier of Premier, the only way that I get to play Train is if I intentionally pick it, because if I throw it into a map pool with other maps, I'm gonna get one of the other maps, including things like Overpass that just came back. It's like, Train is a map? No. I can kind of understand it, though. The rain is very destructive to graphics cards and processors. So,
yeah, that's a very true thing. I will say I have wanted to constantly ask you this question. Do you like trains? And I think the answer is yes.
oh yeah,
very
I don't
informative.
think it's possible to live in Chicago and not like trains.
That's very
Like,
interesting.
well, so we've got the light rail, right? We've got the
Right.
CTA, which is
Right.
just, all right, blue line is the big one. It comes out of O'Hare. Then you've got red, which is the other big line, especially if you're going to see Cubs games. You've got purple, which is more of a commuter line that leads to the red line. You've got yellow line, which leads out to the suburbs. You've got brown line, which I think has some of the best views of any of the trains. You've got the
Okay.
green line, which is good for getting down south, especially if you're going to like Chinatown or McCormick Place. And then there's a pink line. I don't remember where it goes. I don't think I've ever ridden it. And then you've got the Metra, which is how
Okay.
you get out to the burbs. So you've got
Gotcha.
Union Station and you've got Ogilvy, and those both serve the Metra that just kind of goes out to all of the suburbs. I think it actually goes as far as Indiana on some lines and as Wisconsin on some lines. Then you have two airports, but they're not trains, so I don't care about them. Then you have the Amtrak, which, if
Okay.
we were a good country, we would be building up the Amtrak to be America's bullet train to go anywhere you want to go, or at least to go to the major cities, right? But
Right.
it's hampered by the fact that it's on the cargo lines, and it would be like it gets stuck behind the cargo lines, and it gets just, I don't know, it gets delayed for anything.
Right.
So, I've ridden it
Okay.
to Denver a couple of times. I've ridden it up to New York once. And I've taken it to Detroit once. And it's always been a very pleasant ride. I haven't gotten horrifically delayed.
Right.
So, anyway, I've kind of just dominated this conversation by talking about trains, but you asked me if I like trains, and the answer is yes.
Yeah. No. You know what? It's trains. Trains are one of those things I think that unites us as a group. I will. You know what? I'm gonna give my quick spiel on trains just for personally in my town. Because we have a light rail transit system here that came into place a few years back. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years ago now. It's pretty cool. Progress. They actually
Yeah.
unearthed. They unearthed the old 100-year-old like tram lines that they were building over top of, and they were like, "Huh, I guess we're doing the right thing then," because they already did this before 100 years ago. Um, yeah, that's Listen, as much as we like to talk about trains, right, and everything like that, I am gonna give a quick update on the scoring here, just because we're still taking there's still some issues getting back into the server. It is currently 3-4 the advantage of FlyQuest Red, so they're doing well so far on their T side, and I wish I could give you more information, but I think what we're gonna do is to take a little bit of a break here, a quick throw it to a quick intermission, and hopefully then we'll. Oh,
All
never
right.
mind. We're
So
not going to be going to a break.
So what if we talk about CS:GO Train and how that was played? Because I kind of want to go back into talking about auto snipers, because in
Okay.
CS:GO I was that scumbag that enjoyed using auto snipers. I haven't really had it equipped on CS2. I'm waiting for the day when we get a team that strategizes around it, because
Oh, that's. Hold on. Will's still working. Hold on. Keep
because
going. Keep going.
if
I'm listening.
Because if you've got a dedicated team of 5 people, right, you can have the dedicated auto sniper person who's probably also going to be the dedicated SMG person. Speaking of dedicated, Messiah burns in Vanessa's Molotov, but it is going to be the loss for FlyQuest Red. 4-3, getting back just in time to get a nice lead from FlyQuest Red, if they can
Yeah,
maintain it, though.
and yeah, I mean, this is kind of the what's coming up next is uncharted territory. I did a quick check of the Face It page just before we were able to get back in, and this is where it was at. So we're up to date as much as possible, and it looks like FlyQuest are able to get a good buy-in this round only. If they take a loss here, it's probably not going to be the greatest coming forward.
Yeah, looking at the money, this is kind of one of those knife edge kind of rounds. Goose Breeder. The nade stops Messiah from peeking, and it's an easy takedown over in Long Dog. That could be a very good setup kill. That is a rotator player that allows FlyQuest Red to all get back behind Brown Halls. Now Team Elk's going to be the one called upon because the rest of the team is all the way over on the A site. Is a possibility of a rotate. I do see a player pretty close to that E box, but other than that, this one going to be all standard, all pretty well expected. Team Alex taking the first shots over Oil, not going to be able to connect on those. So FlyQuest Red gaining tons of space. There's two players behind Oil. They line up for Caustic. He's only able to get the one. Good trade back onto Vanessa. And keeping the player advantage well. Oh, nade drops Vanessa though, but the AWP answers back. Emmy just holding the entire... Again, we were talking about how great the sniper rifles are. And this bomb site does not have any diagonal angles, so you're going to have so much opportunity to just lock down those sight lines. And BBYON locks down round number 8 for FlyQuest Red, 5-3.
Listen, our viewing sample is small just because we've had a little bit of technical issues so far. But from what I'm seeing, going to the B side for FlyQuest Red is kind of the way to win this game. They've, and don't get me wrong, they've had good progress getting into the A site and going forward with that. But it seems like this is kind of the way to go with getting these rounds locked through. And as well, 13 kills is so far. It's BBGO kill day. She was locked in yesterday. She was ready to go. She's hitting her highs now.
That was just a great combination. We got the leg shot out of Emmy just to set BB's nade up. And that was a thing of beauty. Double entries for FlyQuest Red, 30 seconds into the round. It's not a strong buy for Luigi's Mansion either, so you need every warm body you can get. But already positions getting smoked off. Emmy, I mean, look, she's been looking great this week already and continuing to stamp her foot down on this game.
And this is a powerful round from FlyQuest Red, just keeping all 5 alive so far. I don't think maybe they will go hunting for a few more CTs. They definitely just trying to keep as many guns out of their hands as possible, especially with Mecro picking up that M4. He won't be able to keep it for long, though, as he goes down. Caustic will follow quickly afterwards. That's Marie picking up her kill in the round. And now FlyQuest Red, 6-3 advantage so far. It looks like they know what they're doing with this map pick.
So, have you heard what the win ratios look like on CT versus T on train?
55-45.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. I don't think that's quite as sided as Anubis was decided, but if that's the case and FlyQuest Red are up 6-3 already, the buy for Luigi's Mansion, again, suffering at this point. They've got multiple MP9s, the Deagle for 1 loot. Oh, Caustic getting in early, though, early and often. Shreds through BBYON over in main. But even with that, that's going to be an AK picked up, but it still doesn't completely fix the buy. Player advantage might be the ticket into this round, though. Again, Team Elk's holding solo. Ooh, able to spray through 1. That's going to be Goose Breeder. Trade out of Vanessa. And look at how much space she's gotten. Again, every time FlyQuest Red have gotten on this B-bomb site, they have charged in like a pack of animals and taken space, taken kills. Mecro and Caustic going to force Vanessa to play this one all alone. 1 versus 2, but she's gotten such an advanced position, and Mecro, they're just not able to handle her. She cannot be caged.
I'm going to delve even deeper into the numbers, Floofys, just because we have time, right? The rounds are going FlyQuest Red's way, which means we've got time to delve here a little bit. Just looking at the matrix of win probabilities coming through. If your team is starting as the T side and they win, as we are currently, they're up 7-3, right? They have an 83% chance to win this match. At this point, the lowest they can go is a 73 at the end of the first half. So, from the sample size HLTV has, which is pretty sizable, at least 200 maps gone through. Yeah, they've got a lot of good things coming here for FlyQuest Red, especially as they're heading out in towards the A site.
Well, already it's looking pretty darn good. The FlyQuest Red Plow just completely steamrolling Luigi's Mansion. Already 3 kills as they're making their way in, and it does not look like they've got any intention of stopping. Emmy just deletes Mecro from the server, and it's going to be Team Elks. He's got 2 wounded players to locate, but I mean, it's an M4 in a 1 versus 4. No kit, no nades. This is about as bad as it could be. The only way it could really be worse is if he had a worse gun, but even so, he's got the most obvious rotate in the world. BBion's got it locked down, and it is going to be 8 FlyQuest Red.
That's huge. And, I mean, speak of players leading the way. BBion's leading the way with 17 kills so far, but close behind her. Okay, I'm going to say close behind her. It's not really that close. Vanessa and Marie both putting in a shift with 10 kills each. And these are players that, when you're looking at the team, right, that's your rifle core right there. BBion, Vanessa, and Marie. And been impressed with them so far over the last year of watching them play together, and it's going to continue to go on here as BBion hits 20, looking for 21. She'll find it, maybe an ace in the way.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Are we going to see that? It's everything kind of holding back. Continue to hunt, and she's going to find it. That's a huge ace for BBion to get it. 22 kills to finish off just the first half. What an insane amount of damage to go with it as well.
BBion is just ravaging Luigi's Mansion. I don't know if she has a personal vendetta against any of these 5 players. I don't know if like they've harmed her in some way and that has awakened some sort of demon. But I mean, 99 ADR for the first half. I don't know if that's actually right. That's what's on the screen. But the problem with the HUDs is they can only get the information on the rounds that they've seen. So we'll just go with the fact that she's got 22 kills over 12 rounds. That is multi-kill city. There's not words for that kind of a record. Meanwhile, though, big push out Ivy for Luigi's Mansion. They clap too. Will that be enough? Emmy waiting for them over by cameras. Ooh, drops the Luke. Leaves Vanessa all alone, who won't be able to handle the heat either. I mean, it all comes down to the pistols, and now Luigi's Mansion have both.
Yeah, you know what? Something BBion said yesterday that kind of made me think about it, and we wanted to pay attention to it a little bit more. Was you know, we mentioned their pistol conversions being relatively good, and she went, were they? I don't think they were, and you know, kind of a same thing as yesterday, where they lost the opening 2 conversions. Now, we'll see on map number 2 if they're able to make that back up and even it out. But you know, definitely something that to keep an eye on as the players are doing so themselves.
I will say this round we have got just a full USP keep by FlyQuest Red. They've elected to invest $0 into this round. One thing that I do like when I get to see it that we're not getting out of this round is just stacking up all 5 USPs. Without that, you're kind of giving Luigi's Mansion the opportunity to trade in and out, use each other as shields with armor. These USPs, they don't do a whole heck of a lot of damage. And now Emmy's the last player standing. Luke is on low HP, but she doesn't know which one Luke is. Could be you. He could be me. He could even be T-Melks, who just died.
Yeah. Maybe it doesn't really matter. You know what? Luke was the friends we made along the way, if you think about it. If you really think about it. No, it's a solid round from Luigi's Mansion to keep their momentum going. Now onto that T side. Picking up a kill there was great for Emmy. Unfortunately, not able to keep their Galil. Means it gets paid forward. So into a bonus round go Luigi's Mansion. But this is a big round for FlyQuest Red. Can they hit that double digit? Can they keep the rifles rolling? It all kind of comes down to this a little bit. And you can see, interestingly enough, BBion initially had an MP9 in hand. She swapped out, got rid of all of the utility, swapped out back to an M4 because that's what they're prioritizing around right now is the firepower.
Oh, they just walked past one. Oh no, Caustic gonna have a shooting gallery and a heyday here. That might be the round already. Already 2 kills. So, okay. I I mean, it's easy to be a hindsight Henry and disagree after you've already gotten the kills. Train is a map that you oh my goodness. Caustic. Wait, that's 4. Looking for more Vanessa at least. Gonna make this one at least a little expensive on the side of Luigi's Mansion. At least force them to rebuy one of these guns, but that absolutely hurts. Is she gonna get this one as well? There's Messiah peeking out from Long Dog to drop the AK on over. So at the very least, a couple of kills and a rifle recovered for FlyQuest Red. But going back to my previous point, I kind of disagree with. Oh, never mind. Not covered. Uh, there's a lot of really good utility for Train, and it can be really tough to play without it.
Well, looks like a match pause has been called here. Attack timeout for FlyQuest Red to kind of get things figured out. It's the right time to call this as well. I mean, you've had a 3-round skid. It doesn't really look like there's been much in terms of figuring out what to possibly do here, and especially with now you're forcing down to 2K buy essentially, and gonna rock from there. It's a good time to kind of get your thinking caps on and go, okay, well, let's work on some little bits and pieces here, and we'll come back in with a fresh mindset next round.
Yeah, I do want to call out that wall bang. That was a combination of great timing, map awareness, and game knowledge by Mecro. It's something that you do always have to kind of be cognizant when you're going that direction, because that whole window area is spammable. So like you could try and hide behind the servers up there, but either way, like it's one of those things that makes new Train play just that much differently from old Train. Right? Old Train, you might get somebody into Pop Dog to go screw around and see if maybe they could, catch somebody looking the wrong direction. Now you just get to shoot up there and see if you can catch somebody that way. So it just there's so many little tricks to this Train that just makes me so pleased. Like, been made so intentionally. It feels right.
Well, some nades coming in now for this A site take. Caustic and Messiah, the primary 2 to push forward. Vanessa will find the first kill on that one, as Goose takes her down, and an accidental piece of friendly fire. Marie as well has picked up a kill as Bibion last alive. Pick up a little bit more here. Luigi's Mansion, they have run for the hills, and the hills are alive on the B site.
I will say, no matter what happens to Bibion on this round, whether she manages to save the AK or not, this is going to be a good round economy-wise for FlyQuest Red. Just picking off those 3 kills means that there's going to be now 3 weapons to rebuy. And Luigi's Mansion don't have amazing money. FlyQuest Red have been doing a very good job of playing these rounds pretty close. She's recovered the op, so it's just about as good as it could be.
Yeah,
I mean, again, sucks that they've brought it back.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say the biggest thing here is just to be wary of the fact that Luigi's Mansion might try to save back in their own spawn, considering they know that to be quote-unquote a safe spot. Oh, spam. She survived.
Hey.
Crazy.
All right, then. Quick pause to see where we end up. But again, that AWP recovered is going to be huge. The full buy coming in for FlyQuest Red. Marie gets to pick up the AUG, which we know from Nuke and from previous games that she's been playing a lot with that. We shall see, though. FlyQuest Red starting to look shaky on their CT side, and That is something that I would be the fact that not a singular round has been picked up is definitely a worrying spot to be on. A map is supposedly CT sided as train. We're kind of screwing up those statistics tonight.
Yeah, I'll go back to. I mean, statistics only gets you so far, and we can look at win probabilities and say, yeah, this should be a piece of cake. FlyQuest Red, of course, trying to make things exciting, keeping us on the edge of our seats, and it's still learning curve across the board here. Luke will get the opening kill onto Marie, over towards, I believe, yeah, over and towards Ivy. So long distance run there would have to come in. Huge kill from Team Alex on to Bibian, and now Vanessa rotating in. Emmy in a bit of a weird spot. They've given up the B bomb site in favor of continuing to try and hold this A site. It looks to be a well thought out plan though, as Emmy finds her first, as Vanessa and Goosebreeder also tag team. Bringing into a 2v2. The problem is now the rotation is going to come in. Vanessa caught out of position. Now it's going to try and have to play a quick retake as Team Up gets in towards the B site.
That jump peak was basically the most disappointing way to go. She just goes flying off the train, though. Emmy has been picking these players off just over and over, deleting them off the server, but this time her luck will run out as Team Elks finishes the job. 2 kills for Luigi's Mansion and 8 rounds, 1 round behind FlyQuest Red. Oh, this is getting so much closer than I would have guessed at the start of this. 3-9 at the half on the T side.
All right, well, this is the round that you need to pick up if you're FlyQuest to keep your lead. Keep at least a little bit of advantage here to try and turn your luck around. Match pause have been called. Attack timeout is done. Both teams, they do not have a lot of money sitting in the back coffers should this round not go their way. So this is the breaking point.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like we've all seen how the pie breaks down when a team wins both pistols and both conversions. And Luigi's Mansion have done that. And they've had a very, very hot start to their T side. So FlyQuest Red really need to buckle down. Again, if they can take 1 round away, then they're only 4 rounds away from victory. But as Luigi's Mansion continue to gain speed, this game slips further and further away. I think if Luigi's Mansion make it to 9, or if they tie this one up, then from that amazing start, we could go a completely different direction. Already a double entry on the side of Luigi's Mansion. Messiah drops Goosebreeder as well. 2 versus 5. 4 hugely weakened players. Bibian going to start things off. Is she going to get her 30 in regulations? She's on 24. And she's just kind of, oh my god, the timing on this A-bomb site as Luigi's Mansion peek around, but she's got an opera with a back turned. She's going to be looking for more in main, and she's got it. And now, look at the HP bars. 5 bullets. But that's going to be enough. Just drive by on a caustic. And Emmy, continuing to look solid on the AWP, will boost FlyQuest Red up to double digits.
You know what? She's going through her interview buff. She was the interviewee last game. Just last night, turns around and I need to get as many kills as possible. And that's exactly what she's done. 27 on the round. Or 27, sorry, on the match so far. Giving her team that 2-round lead yet again. Double digits. That's an important milestone. Of course, you just need 3 more from here. Take the map, your map pick specifically, and match pause again coming through. I gotta say this one's probably coming in from Luigi's Mansion, just trying to get a last second figuring out what's going on. Just upgraded pistols on a few. Probably the idea being get a bomb plant, force a bit of uncomfortable plays from FlyQuest Red, take a lot of guns, and do a bunch of damage.
Well, it's It's pistols, so it's going to be fast no matter what it is. Bibian careening toward 30 kills, 28 as she drops Caustic. Does look like it's going to be the B-bomb site. Bibian trying to hold down Long Dog, but she's Mansion not quite interested in going for it. They're going to be heading for the B-bomb site where Vanessa is holding. Oh, but the shots aren't connecting.
Oh, no.
The spray's not good. Team Elk survives on a scratch of HP. These 3 players now, 3 versus 3. That bomb going down. This might be it. Luigi's Mansion just scrapping this one away. Look at the pistols.
Wow.
Luke's Teague goes huge. He's got himself 2. It's all up to Bibian. 1 kill as she drops to the grave. And it's 10-9. That timeout was fantastic.
It looks like FlyQuest Red might be trying to give them a taste of their own medicine, just back in retribution with a little bit of a force up. 1 MP9. Everything else is an upgraded pistol, so that's kind of where it's at for FlyQuest right now. They trying to keep some money in the back pocket. We're full by next round, and 4K's in an op. Very passive so far from Luigi's Mansion, but that's about to change as Bibian finds Caustic to open things up.
Yo, why is anyone using rifles in this game? Clearly the pistols work better. Like, the last 2 rounds have just been like, rifles? No. Everybody is a pistol guy. Oh, Messiah gonna seek to prove me incorrect, but now Luigi's Mansion making a fair amount of noise, and Bibian with this rifle that she's recovered. Oh, there might be target-rich environment for her through the smoke onto Team Elks. Looking for more. This AWP sitting next to the boxes. Luke has to pull out the Deeg, just like last round, but does do the get job. And Macro. I'll say it right. Simply. Luke dropped, and now I don't have to say it as Emmy deletes him from the server once again.
And taking care of business, and very good job so far, and it has just been highlighted to us by our production. Bibian is on 31 kills before they reached around 20, so huge ups to her on that. That's incredible, and see how that continues to flow here. Is a lot of potential in this round.
Again, an awkward half buy out of Luigi's Mansion. Couple of a Mac-10 and a Tech-9 along with these rifles. And already one of those rifles, Horse Girl just says nay. We're looking for more, but she's going to get traded out. Luke and Mecro with a couple of good kills onto the A-bomb site. And Luigi's Mansion, they've started gaining steam, and they're not stopping. Look at how fast they claim this space for themselves. Bibian looking to continue her domination on this one is going to get traded out, but now it's up to Vanessa. She's full HP, low HP onto Mecro, but the AWP over toward Red might prove too much. No, it's going to be Caustic to fill this one out. 11-10. This game is just not going to stop.
No, the back and forth continues, and it's something we've become all too aware of just because of our past with other series and other maps in the pool. And again, another pause coming in, trying to determine everything, figure out last steps, because that's where we're at. It's the final 3 rounds before any overtime shenanigans.
Countdown.
I was trying to save that one for later.
Yeah, we can still use it again.
Right.
Leaving together, but still will stand tall. This is where I need to have the lyrics in front of me.
2 monitors is a wonderful thing for that.
Well, I'm kind of keeping an eye on what chat says on the other monitor, and maybe that's a mistake.
Potentially.
Anyway.
Very much potentially.
Again, one more awkward buy. There is the op on the side of FlyQuest Red, but already Goose Breeder going to be deleted. Alerted with the trade, taking player advantage for Luigi's Mansion once again. versus 3. And only 30 seconds into the round.
Yeah, and they're still very much willing to fight over in towards that T-Con area, so kind of a back and forth going on over there. In the meantime, trying to figure out where they can end. So far, it looks like they're going to continue towards B. This might have
Oh
a
my
timing
gosh.
here to find Team Elks. This would be a huge kill if she can get it.
That's the shoulder. Oh, that would very nearly went pear-shaped. Pear-shaped.
And
No.
I know what pear-shaped is. I've heard that before. Even if our wonderful producer has not.
And this MP9 is the lowest level weapon on the side of FlyQuest Red, and Luigi's Mansion have managed to play this quite well. They've set the bait for FlyQuest Red on the A-bomb site, but moved the bomb over to B. So now time for the retake. It's a 3 versus 3 retake. With MVPs on both sides, and other than that, Luigi's Mansion definitely having the weapon advantage. FlyQuest Red make their way out onto the A-bomb or onto the B-bomb site. Marie gonna start things off strong, but FlyQuest Red gonna pay for it dearly. 2 kills to the side of Luigi's Mansion. Vanessa now the last player standing. Oh, takes the leg shot, and Elude's gonna pull out the Glock to finish the job. 11-11.
Game that keeps on giving. It's
going all 24.
Yeah, I mean, at this point you have to. If somebody has to win, somebody has to lose, even if it takes a long time to figure that out with overtime, as we saw the other day. But it is for sure how FlyQuest are treating this is. Shots coming in from Caustic to start things off, and I think the A site, while not necessarily the target in the end game, has been doing well.
Yeah, this site now runneth over by T-side players. I love that Vanessa picks up that Mac 10 and goes back to the 5.7. Like, no, I bought this. I'm gonna use it. I'm out in the open though. Goosebreeder might be. Oh, the timing just about does it. Luigi's Mansion gonna be the one on map point first. Well, they did a good job of saving their money last round. So, and the last couple of rounds, honestly, have been lighter buys. So, FlyQuest Red going into this one with the best buy possible and looking for that overtime. And again, we've got to keep banging on about it. Be beyond on 32-15.
It's crazy. Sometimes BBon does these things. Like, she gets 32 kills in regulation. And I just kind of sit there and I'm like, it is wild that you're able to do this. Like, here I am dropping 8 kills in my Face It match. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, hey, me too.
That was an alright game. I did okay. Could have done better, but, you know, that's what learning is for. And then I watched BBon play, and it's like, oh, no. She just, like... She's single-handedly won 6 rounds at this rate, so you know it's crazy.
Again, you want to talk about just how bad percentages are if you lose both pistols and conversions. BBon is single-handedly taking that. Well, look at what BBon's done though, right? Like this game could have been a lot faster if BBon had not been as just on fire as she's been. Although, awkward start to the round, though, as Vanessa and Goosebreeder down on a little less than half HP apiece, just from utility and spams. He hasn't forced Goosebreeder out yet. She's just continuing to hold this angle in main. more utility. How about that? All right. You won't leave. We'll continue to throw fire. How about now? And she walks right back in. There
She's
she
continually casting Fireball.
I just like this is like an argument between two kids. Mom says you have to leave now. But she says no. And there she is. They don't expect her there. Because why would you be there after what? 3 Molotovs and HEs? Taking the surprise away from Luigi's mansion. Now 5 versus 3. Not a lot of HP on Vanessa or Goosebreeder, but Vanessa spraying through the smoke does make it possible. They do find Marie on the back side of it, but now the rotation come in, and they're not even going to allow the bomb plant. FlyQuest Red ratchet things in. We are going to overtime.
Yeah, we've unlocked the mythical gift that is overtime, and I mean, it's unfortunate FlyQuest Red, they started off so strong, but ended up not really being able to get it done on the T side, which means a second chance. And they'll spend the first 3 rounds going over, staying on the other team's side, and then of course vice versa. And
Chat, are you
Ash Paws coming
excited?
through
I
as
need
we're
to
getting
see more
everything set.
FlyQuest emotes. Not hype enough. We got overtime. It was a comeback. It was a struggle.
I'm guessing this is a tech of some kind. Is maybe somebody needed to go to the washroom or something. But
It used to be Tuesday. Maybe there's more server issues.
that would be bad.
That would be bad. Especially now. Like, we've had this whole exciting game. Only for the server to die? No, okay. Timeout does end.
Right. Well, match pause has gone through, fortunately, and means we're into our first round of overtime. FlyQuest Red starting on that CT side to get things going. In the meantime, Luigi's Mansion are going to look to try and continue what they started earlier. Just do a little scouting.
I was going to say that looks a little bit familiar, but setting Goosebreeder up with the smoke as Luigi's Mansion walk through is a bit of an enlightened choice. FlyQuest Red definitely learning from that round that cost them so very dearly on their last half and trading each other extremely well over here by A main.
Nothing really here for Luigi's Mansion to get into this round. Team Alex waiting for an opening here of his own to try and find Vivian. Instead, she'll find him first. It's Emmy actually getting that kill to finish off the round for the team, and going up 13-12.
Yeah, that's a nice little shot. Like, I wonder if there's someone still in Long Dog Pop. Yup. I mean, either way, it's the op. You know, getting those wall bangs is par for the course. 13-12. And again, Luigi's Mansion looking to pressure team main. A lot of nades coming out early on with a lot of FlyQuest players ready for the trades. Saya, though, first kill going to come in from Long Dog. Uh-oh, this time, though,
Oh, dear.
Luigi's Mansion are here to play. They're bloodthirsty. Scaling coming in fast and difficult, though. FlyQuest Red in with the rotations and in with the kills. Down to 2v2. Ekro headshot onto Vanessa. Now it's just going to be Emmy. At AWP has done well when it's had support behind it. But the 5-7 comes out for the kill. Looking for another, but Team Elks melts her. And it is 13 all.
Huge kill. Clutch opportunity. Ties it up yet again.
you know, it's lovely overtime. Great comeback. Of course, we're going to keep things even as long as possible.
Keep the train
Vibes.
rolling as it is. Yeah, keep the vibes rolling as well. Of course, a little bit slow to get things off the rip.
We're going to have a battle on backhauls, aren't we? BB on. She's got 33. That's not enough. Call it 34.
Oh, wow.
How about 35? She's going to back off. She's got Emmy behind her, but the shot goes wide. And so they will manage to recover that 1 kill at least for Luigi's Mansion. Emmy forced to back up out of Long Dogs. We are going to have just everything reset for this 3 versus 4 for Luigi's Mansion. Okay. Apropos of nothing, I love the charm that Emmy's got on this op. Like, it's one that you don't get, the op itself is one that you don't get to see very often. The lovely containment reach or whatever it's called. And it's just kind of nice. I don't know. Ooh, Caustic making a lot of noise. But again, who expects somebody to be hanging out all the way back there? AWP out of Emmy just removes emails from the server. And Luke, her last victim. The fire is licking her feet. 14-13. FlyQuest Red, take it in style.
Yeah, big round from them to get it over the line like that and take the advantage into their T side where they had the most success. It looks like that we might have an interesting finish to the first map, though. Because we've seen time and again Luigi's Mansion, when they need to, they really can just buckle down and force a hand. And now that's a little unfortunate because we kind of need to get back into the game to see what's going on. Yeah, Face It's having fun. Let me just double check and see if we've gotten any. I don't see any notifications on any kind of update. And I think it being 10 o'clock, we're past that boundary now.
Hopefully. I guess we can update chat. I do have the Face It window for this game open. And it's going to get tied at... No, I mean, no, don't forget I said that. We're going to watch from here. Ah. 13-14. Double op setup for Luigi's Mansion, though. That's new and interesting.
Yeah. Well, when in OT, do is whatever you want, really, and whatever FlyQuest Red wants is it's the A site. Fortunately, initial attack will end in failure, dropping him into a 4v3. Vanessa, however, it's a shot here, and
She's done big
a
work
little
from
bit
this
of
position
info
before.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a painful nade. They still know. She's still holding here. Oh, that was BBion's nade. Oh, no. The teammate. And now Emmy legged up down on 18 HP, and the shots aren't connecting. They're hitting Thomas in the head. Thomas the tank engine in the very bad day. Totally didn't
Big
spoil
tie
that, chat.
Big tie up for Luigi's Mansion, though. It keeps them in pace, and more importantly, it puts us into the scenario of just being need to win 2 in a row right now to get this over the line.
Yeah, this may as well just be starting over again 0-0, except with guns. For all games, just Skyrim with guns. Anyway, no double up setup this time for Luigi's Mansion. Sometimes my brain just goes somewhere, and if I don't, it's like, you know how if you try to hold in a fart too long, it just gets bad?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is my brain treats, I'm not going to go down this road anymore.
I see.
Anyway, A site. There's some nice bricks.
Love me a good brick or
Extra.
two. What I would also love is FlyQuest Red to win this round. I would really love that.
What else would you like?
I don't know actually. It's kind of warm in my room, so I might wish for a little bit of a cool down in between maps here to let my room settle just a little bit. You know what? It's not about me that we're worried about right now. It is FlyQuest Red and me picking up first kill means Gooseberry and Bibiana can go to work in towards back of B site. However, guy has managed to slip away. For a second, he might go down. No, it is so far a 1v1. Emmy, the gas. Oh, big kill to come through. Huge kill to come through.
Oh! That was last possible moment. Oh my goodness, that bomb had a sliver of a pixel left to be defused. That is timing in its purest form. Bad timing. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Well, FlyQuest Red now on map point.
Do we go to OT number 2? That's the biggest question that FlyQuest Red are going to try and solve here. We saw about pretty good utility usage, and now this is the big kills coming through. As more and more FlyQuest Red players continue to drop, and their events continue to go.
These teams still have curveballs to throw at each other. That's another one of those who expects two players in Long Dog, but Messiah and Caustic working together, they're kind of spearheaded the entire round just by that double kill they got from two of the players pushing into them. I will say that we are 2 OT down. Beyond still the only player to hit 30.
Right, well, we go around yet again. Of course, this time FlyQuest Red starting on the T side, just because that's where they ended up last time. Lots of nades everywhere, just trying to get that little bit of damage early on to their side. United doing well. And Vanessa, the last two remaining. Vanessa's managed to carve out a bit of a hole, bit of a spot for her to push forward. I don't think she's checked that spot for little, and that means that.
Oh, there we have it. 1 versus 2 for T-Melks. And look at this. They've got both sides of him, too. So if he's aiming at one, it doesn't matter because it's Emmy and she's just going to hit the shot.
Does the gap widen? That's the question. Does FlyQuest Red pick up more rounds in a row? Especially with how it looked on their T side originally, just before everything got a little bit crazy.
Now, 1 round would be huge for your T side. I haven't actually seen how the statistics look in overtime, T versus CT. I would imagine they still go pretty CT-sided. Bibian just roasting down to 39 HP, but look at how far out she's gotten.
Dear.
It's not going to matter. Messiah, and Luke and T-Melks all with kills. It's a bloodbath on the A-bomb site again. FlyQuest Red, second time pushing the site out of 3 that they're going to get, but Goosepeter coming in from Ivy catches a Necro sleeping. For more, Molly into Z going to be able to stop that rotation and give Emmy a little bit of time scale as well. Oh, and there's going to be even more to find. Emmy just salvaging this round. Double kill on that AWP. We're going to get your wish.
Coming out. That's what I wanted. Like you were saying, that's what I wanted. I wanted to see some action, and I think the rule begins to apply after the end, after probably about the middle way through. bit of OT, and it's just, you know what? OT is the time to really get crazy and try something new that, you know, probably wouldn't ever do during an actual match, but, you know, you got people's time, you have the chance to show them a few things. Let's reverse this situation a little bit.
Yeah, take it down, flip it, and reverse it. And, well, a TK isn't exactly a reverse, but at the very least, Luigi's Mansion get to say, "Hey, we're down to a 4 versus 4."
A little bit quiet so far in towards lower. They're trying their best to, of course, escape. However, not much to hide from, and
Oh, Mecro catching a dynamite timing. Emmy with her op stowed and the Tech 9 out, and now 2 versus 4 does start to look a little bit difficult for FlyQuest Red. This breeder got about to be caught over stairs. Caustic. Now it's just the AWP, a no scope from Mecro, looking calm, cool, casual through the smoke. Oh boy, we go around again. 16.
all right. Once we go. Needs are out, and Goosebeater has gone aggressive this time around to get up in the face of Luigi's Mansion. Caustic, the first one to drop his utility, still going out here. Give them the opportunity.
Loose is loose. Honks and crimes. 5 versus 3. Again, 30 seconds into this round. FlyQuest Red stamping their foot down. With any luck, they won't be playing a 3-round or triple overtime. If we do get more train, then it'll start to look a lot like Amtrak because of how delayed it is. Okay, but Vanessa ready for the players down ramp, dropping both. And it's just up to Luke now. Even off to. He's over by Team Main. He's got the AWP, but 3/4 of an HP bar. Them 4s. That instant headshot can come through. It's not even needed. To 16. Map point.
Yeah, now they just need to close it out, right? They've been here before already a few times, even just within overtime. So now is the opportunity to get something done.
I will say Bibian has slowed down. She went from, all right, I rushed to 30 kills in regulation, and she's at 8 here in double OT. Still not slouching by any stretch of the imagination, but the overtime pressure might be getting to her, but it's turning Goosebreeder into diamonds. Double kill out into Team Main. Well, she's going to be looking for more, and there's definitely more to locate here. Molly over into the corner to force Luke over as he removes her from the situation. Bibian, oh my gosh, up on top of Red. Team Elk's not prepared from out of Long Dog. They're going to go for... They're going for Team Main again, and Bibian, 39. Oh, but her 40th denied as Emmy locks in the victory. 19-16.
It's a labored map one, I think, is the best way to put it. But they ended up getting it, which is huge. That means that it's still still something that they can continue to work on, but they have a good foundation to go off of now. As well, just kind of being prepared. So, speaking of being prepared, are you prepared for more nuke action after what we watched last night?
I'm always prepared. I I cast preparation and then into gosh, if I remember my Hearthstone better, I could cast prep into eviscerate with a backstab and then play Edvin Van Cleef and he'll be an 8/8. I like how I could just like say things and Parks is just like, I don't know where he's going with this.
No, sorry, I'm a little tired. Trying my
Understandable.
best.
It
I'm
is
trying
late.
my best right now. Yeah, it is. It is getting late, and this one might continue to run a little bit late. We are currently sitting on uh map one that went to triple overtime, and now we're in, or sorry, double overtime. We went to double overtime on map number one, and there's potential for more of that coming from map number two because we're going to nuke, which last night was very long on its own. So there's a lot going on here.
Well, we should take a short break. Give ourselves a chance to get up and walk around a little bit, give the teams a little bit of a time to take a break. So we'll throw it to a few minutes and we'll be back as soon as possible. Don't go anywhere.